Well, what have I been up to? Let's see. I parted out the silver TI. Many of the parts I broke down for the red car. A lot of the stuff to deal with the ignition and everything.
Just let it fall.
The engine and trans were sold at like 12 in the morning. Some guy drove all the way from Reading, Pennsylvania, which is like 2 hours away, to pick it up at night. And so that's gone. And then just about everything else I sold off and I scrapped the shell. The ignition was definitely something else. It was a tougher project I've taken on. It really wasn't a hard thing to do. It just came down to lots of little tedious parts, aligning in the correct positions and clips and springs. It also took me a couple times of removing and reassembling it due to the fact that the transmission shifter cable wasn't at the right position and I didn't have the key in the right spot when I did it. So it took me a couple times of removing and replacing it, but eventually I got it along with the EWS ring and everything. Now I went to go code it using a knockoff version of GT1 and WinFPK, Etabos, all that, and I was not able to get it. And actually I had to call a guy that does mobile BMW repair in order to reprogram the EWS and the DME. And he got it running. So thankfully there he was able to save the day. Cost me 150 bucks, but it was well worth it because I was getting quite frustrated with the version I had. In typical BMW fashion, something goes wrong with the cooling system. This time, the fan started making a ton of noise and the radiator cracked. But luckily, I had those parts left over from the silver TI, and it was just simply swapping them over. Somebody decided they didn't like the antenna before I got the car, so I replaced the receiver module, and luckily, a Harbor Freight grommet actually fits the hole perfectly well just around it, the part that I had missing. Just a quick remove and replace, and the radio sounded perfect again. Now, where does that leave us? More projects. Hi everyone. I did in fact pick up the M535i. I traded the white wagon for it in fact, and including that and a parts car which is parked outside. It's currently raining and it's subject to rain for the next 24 hours, so I figured take advantage of it and give the parts car a wash off because it hasn't been washed in a couple years, so here goes. Stay tuned for some more content as I dig into the next project, the 1986 BMW M535i.